Welcome back. Time now for the word on Wall Street. Top investors watching your money. Joining me now is Payne Capital Management President Ryan Payne. Also with us is Adam Johnson this morning. Ryan, good to see you. Thank you for joining the conversation. I want to kick things off with you with a market that is mixed this morning. We're waiting on a number of things today. We've got a busy day of big tech earnings after the close tonight, of course. The Dow Industrials right now down 164. But look at the NASDAQ. It is up 84 right now as we await a busy day of big tech earnings. Microsoft and Meta reporting after the close tonight. And, of course, we've got the Federal Reserve July rate decision this afternoon. We're not expecting Kevin Warsh to raise interest rates. Yesterday, markets were mixed. We had weakness in chip makers again. Oil this morning is on the rise. And the U.S. and Saudi-backed forces responding to Iran with massive hits on Iranian military sites in Iraq after the IRGC fired at U.S. bases in a failed surprise attack. Ryan, what's most important to you this morning in terms of investing?
Well, I think first off, we're going to see probably great revenue numbers again from Meta and Microsoft. I don't think that's going to be a surprise. I mean, we saw that last week with Alphabet and even Tesla. So I think, from that perspective, revenues are still going to be strong. But the big question on everyone's mind is, how much are they spending on AI infrastructure? And are those numbers going up? And my wild guess is going to be, yes, they're going to continue to spend, and the spending is going to go higher, which is going to bring investors back to the same question they've been asking. Are we going to see a return on investment with all these trillions of dollars being spent over the course of the next couple of years? So, I imagine those stocks may still trade sideways. If you look at the Mag 7, it's down this year, but it's been really in the same place since last fall. But meanwhile, look, this great rotation that everyone keeps talking about is continuing to happen. Like if I look at the last month, financial stocks up over 7%, healthcare stocks over 7%, boring consumer staples up, real estate investment trusts up. So I think that great rotation continues here, Maria, because if you look at the earnings picture, it continues to broaden out here. And it's just a reminder, there's so many other places to put your money besides big tech. But I don't think the big tech trade is over. At some point, I think you will get a re-rotation back there. But I think right now, that's not the place to be.
Yeah, I was talking with Adam earlier about Micron Technology, Ryan. Micron is the most widely traded memory stock. It is down 41% from its highs. And Adam made the point that it's trading at 5 times earnings, right? The multiple is 5.
Yeah, so I think there's two components. Number one, you're right. The earnings are so high that it's still even trading cheap after being up over 600% over the last 12 months. But my concern here is, at some point, are the earnings estimates just way too high? If you look out the next couple of years for semiconductor stocks, analysts are predicting 60% earnings growth a year. Now, if we look at the S&P 500, traditionally, it grows at like 8% a year earnings growth. So I suspect at some point, those earnings expectations are way too high. But in the meantime, if the spending continues from the hyperscalers or hyperspenders, I think those stocks definitely will have a bid under them again. I agree with Adam. You'll see another run in those stocks sometime here in the near future.
Adam, what do you think? Apple briefly hit $5 trillion market value yesterday. Second company to do that. We know NVIDIA also hit that historic $5 trillion mark. The company's also joining forces with the buy now, pay later service, Klarna, Adam, unveiling the Apple Upgrade program. It allows customers to lease new Apple devices, 12 and 24-month leases on iPhones and Apple Watches, plus 24 to 36-month leasing options for Macs and iPads. Adam, we've got Apple reporting second quarter earnings tomorrow. Your thoughts on the big tech earnings out tonight after the bell, Meta and Microsoft, and the ones coming tomorrow, including Apple?
Yeah, I think all three of these companies, Meta, Microsoft, and Apple, are going to report stellar earnings growth. We're talking significant double digits, Maria. They just keep finding ways, like at Apple, to increase cash flow. Think of, leasing an iWatch. Really? I don't actually think that's a great idea. I think we should own things rather than just constantly renting them. But as far as earnings are concerned for Apple, that strategy has paid off. The one thing, I was never a fan of Tim Cook as CEO because I felt like he was more financial engineering rather than innovator. And yet, to his credit, creating the whole services side of Apple, which I think now is about a third of their revenues, it has worked. So, you got to compliment him on that. As far as Microsoft and Meta, we were talking about how cheap Micron is, trading at 5 times earnings. Well, Meta and Microsoft trade also at a discount to the S&P 500. They trade at about 19 or 20 times earnings. The S&P's at, call it, 2021. So not as cheap as Micron, but these big well, as the White House would say, big, beautiful tech companies just keep finding ways to increase their top line. I think you have to own them. I call all three of these names, again, Meta, Microsoft, Apple, part of core Ingenuity. You just have to own them. Certainly for me as an American Ingenuity investor, I think they're integral because they define so much about what this country does well.
Yeah, I want to get your take on the Fed as well. Interest rates this morning continue to stay elevated. 4.6% is the yield on the 10-year right now. We're waiting on the Federal Reserve today to make its rate decision. We're not expecting the Fed to raise interest rates, and that would be a fifth consecutive meeting of holding rates steady. But markets are pricing in a 78% chance that the Fed hikes in September, Ryan. What are you expecting, and what if Kevin Warsh starts talking about the balance sheet today at 2:15. Is any talk of QT, quantitative tightening, going to set markets off?
I mean, I think as long as it's very, very slow, it won't. So that's really what that's predicated on, Maria, in my opinion. And I think, today, obviously, the odds are pretty good. They're not going to raise rates. I don't know if they'll do it in September either, just because it's before the midterms. I would be very surprised if they raise rates. But I think over the next 12 months, realistically, we probably will get a rate hike here somewhere, because I just think this AI boom, which is a productivity boom, it is bringing efficiencies to the workplace. But remember, the capital spending is very inflationary. I think oil prices are probably going to stay elevated here because this conflict in the Middle East doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. We've got this reshoring trend happening right now. If you look at the labor market, it's in balance, so people have money to spend. So I think for all those reasons, I wouldn't be surprised somewhere in the next 12 months we do get that rate hike. I don't think inflation's going to fall off a cliff like a lot of experts are predicting right now. I would expect a little more inflation, not less, but we can live with that. 3% inflation is the historical average since World War II. I think it's very normal.
All right, we will leave it there. Ryan Payne, great to see you. Adam, you're with us all morning, and we are grateful. Quick break, and then we are talking with New York gubernatorial candidate Bruce Blakeman. What is he going to do about New York? You're watching Mornings with Maria live on Fox Business. Stay with us.